Hello, Internet. It is time, probably for the first time, for Game and Watch.
Game and Watch. I'm Richie.
I'm Aaron.
And what are we doing today, Aaron?
Well, it looks like we are dealing with our settings right now. It looks like we're playing Command and Conquer Red Alert 3.
We sure are, from the year 2008.
Wow. I'm sensing a little bit of Soviet imagery here somehow.
Just a tad bit of Soviet imagery here. You miss it in the intro video, but it features Tim Curry, and it's pretty awesome.
What? How, can we restart from there?
Let me see. I'm not quite sure. No, that's the credits. It's probably not in the settings. Nope. If we start the campaign, maybe.
Let's try it.
There we go.
Oh.
In all his glory.
Commander. As you can see, our situation is shockingly grim.
Look at those samurai robots.
All our divisions are concentrated in Europe, pushing the Allies west. This empire knows very well that we're vulnerable right now. They will be expecting us to fall swiftly.
I'm
At
so
this very
happy right
moment,
now.
Their invasion force moves
Tim Curry makes everything
relentlessly
better.
towards Leningrad. I have chosen you to defend
Me?
the USSR in this difficult hour because I need a commander who does not believe in defeat. Someone who will not simply drive our enemies back, but ultimately annihilate them, humiliate them, and show them no mercy. General Kirkov, would you like to meet our new commander?
New commander?
Yes. We're sending him to protect Leningrad.
Even
I like how even with the Russian accent, he
he
sounds like Tim Curry. You know?
If Leningrad falls, the Soviet people will begin to lose hope.
Yes. Well, I wish him luck then. The Empire's technology is highly advanced, and he will likely be vastly outnumbered. But of course, it is an honor to sacrifice one's life for the motherland, is it not?
Indeed.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a nation to defend.
Comrade Dasha will be your information officer.
That
and
uniform,
will
oh my
coordinate
God.
all our communication.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Commander, the armies of the Empire are closing in as we speak.
Make haste, Commander. Time is of the essence.
Alright. I guess I gotta make some haste.
Okay. I've never played a Command and Conquer game.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty fun. There's a bunch of them. I think I'm just gonna play a game against the AI.
Right on.
But I wanted to show you that.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, I am
Already under my name is Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Pee Pee Poo Poo, the classic. Well, we've tried to record a few episodes before, and technical difficulties have gotten the best of us. But fingers crossed, this one will go up on YouTube. If you're hearing
Fingers
this,
crossed.
then it has. So, hello.
Hello! So, Aaron, what film did you find from 2008?
Well, that's the thing with the show, isn't it? We play a game, we talk about a movie. Now I'm changing it up a bit, although I guess we're starting off here anyway, with a film that I actually like. Because
Ooh.
the first few things we did were started with Cats from 2019. Went to Rollerball, the remake with LL Cool J and other people. And then last time we did Meet the Deedles with Paul Walker, the illustrious Disney surfer bro movie.
Really shot his career.
Just skyrocketed after Meet the Deedles. Today I'm going on a little different track with a movie called The Signal.
Oh, all right. What's The Signal about?
So the Signal on the Wikipedia page, it does say 2007 film. It was released at Sundance in 2007, but came out wide release in 2008. So I'm counting it.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Good. The Signal is an interesting one. It's kind of just it's a movie my friends picked up on DVD in high school, and we just randomly watched it one night, because I don't know, I guess he thought the cover was interesting or something, and it kind of blew us away. Like, it's a horror movie, but it does something different than any movie that I can think of, in that it has 3 different directors doing 3 different segments of the same story.
Interesting. So like 3 different directors doing 3 different acts type deal?
Yeah, that's basically the idea. We've seen other movies like VHS where they'll do different little vignettes that are loosely connected, but this is really like one story,
Yeah.
I mean the main thrust of this thing is that there's this signal, that's coming through TVs, that's coming through radios and phones, and it is basically turning people into like murderous, not quite zombies, but just like it's making them go insane.
That could be bad for society.
It is, kind of, it follows mainly this girl, Maya, who is, the first scene we get with her with this guy Ben, and they're in bed together, and like we figure out that she is cheating on her husband with Ben.
Ooh.
And so basically, as she gets back from his house, like that's when things start to go awry. I don't want to get too into the nitty gritty of plot of this one, because I think it's one that you should actually watch.
Oh, okay.
Unlike Cats. But I'll give some broad strokes and some little specifics about what I really appreciate it as we go.
Hell yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what is happening here.
Honestly, I wish I knew a little bit more. I'm playing as the Russians.
Sure.
I'm making some tanks. I believe I'm going up against the Americans.
Okay.
I'm not super familiar with this game, but yeah, there's some dogs over here just kind of doing their thing.
What's up, dog?
Attack dogs. Okay. I have absolutely no control over them, so they do their own thing.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna make some boats.
So the last time we played a little StarCraft, this seems like a similar genre.
Yeah, I mean they're both RTSs.
Sure. Obviously not as sci-fi, although this looks pretty futuristic.
Yeah, it's like an alternative future type deal.
Okay.
StarCraft's kind of like my bread and butter.
Okay.
I played this game when it came out, but I absolutely do not remember a goddamn thing.
All right. So this will be new for all of us. We'll all experience it together as one big happy internet Soviet family.
Hell yeah. Together, comrade. Together.
Comrade. Let's see.
We're going now. Anybody around?
So throughout this thing, Ben has given Maya this CD to date the movie a little bit, and she's playing it in her portable CD player, and so kind of throughout the thing, like that's her only anchor point, because she can't use the phone, she can't. The radios in the cars don't work. The TVs all have this. It's this weird imagery of like. It's kind of like this distorted TV static and like flashing imagery that's a little psychedelic. And when people watch it, they their perception of reality gets distorted.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's pretty interesting. Like her husband will be like looking at a certain person, and he's pretty much he's aware that she's like cheating on him, or at least he's suspicious of it. And like he'll see there's a scene where he sees like another woman, but he thinks it's Maya. And then, like, if someone is, like, approaching that woman, he, like, literally goes and, like, kills them. Like, there's a scene where he's got this exterminator canister of poison, and he, like, smashes this woman's face in just for like, walking up to this other woman.
Oh, that's fucking brutal.
It's got some brutality to it. I mean, this thing, wow. This thing was made for $50,000.
Wow.
So,
talk
like,
about a budget.
Nothing. Like, like in 2007, 2008, like,
New construction options.
let me see.
A unit is
2008 films.
building.
Let's go with something like Mamma Mia, like something that wouldn't really have like an effects budget,
Right.
and that costs $52 million.
Right, but how much money is Pierce Brosnan getting, you know?
That's the thing. In that movie, you're paying for the actors, you know, you're paying for the
And for
director.
the ABBA music.
Well, that too, yes. And yeah, so for this, I mean, like the only person I recognize is AJ Bowen, who's kind of the like indie horror guy.
Is it safe to assume there's no ABBA involved?
Base is under attack. Insufficient.
No, I wouldn't say there's any ABBA involved. I'm curious if you've seen AJ Bowen before. He's got a very recognizable face, even though he's kind of like a plain white dude with a beard. I don't know if I'd recognize him if he shaved that beard, to be honest. He's in Your Next, which is a fantastic movie.
Our base is under attack.
And House of the
Enemy base
Devil,
detected. Warning, a proton collider
The
has been
Sacraments,
detected.
which is not a good movie.
So a history of horror films.
Yeah, it's pretty specifically
Insufficient funds.
like he's in horror movies, like kind of more on the indie side of things. And the rest of the cast,
Cancel.
the rest of the
The character
cast,
is under attack.
I don't recognize a single person in there, but they're pretty
Our base is
great
under
by and
attack.
large. I don't know if I'd chalk that up to good
Units
directing
lost.
or good editing or what, but they
Good luck.
give some good because there's there's quite a few characters that have some stuff to
Lost
carry
a
here.
collector.
Like one of my favorite is this character Clark.
Our base is under attack.
So in the second the second portion of this movie, it's the tone shifts from this very like almost like 28 weeks 28 days later, like very bleak, very just like psychological and like draining horror, into this like almost whimsical tone.
I will show you around.
Low power.
Wait, explain.
Well, it's I say whimsical in that, but that scene with the face smashing does actually happen in this. So it's like it's this weird contrast because it's the same story going on, right? But it's such a big tone shift. So like the directors in this are actually like, at least this director, Jacob Gentry, like kind of takes this thing from 28 days later to, I don't even really know what I'd compare it to. I think that this segment of the movie is really what made me remember it, because it's like, you know, you're feeling pretty bleak, and then suddenly you're laughing, and then you're cringing in horror. Like it's this weird ride of emotions and moods,
Pulling all of the strings.
Yeah,
all the emotional strings.
And so like in certain ways, the second part is kind of a vignette. Like the husband goes over to this house, and there's this New Year's Eve party going on. Well, they're going to host a New Year's Eve party at the house, but the one of the hosts is watching TV, and then he gets like the signal in his brain, and he tries to kill his wife, but then she kills him with a one of those little balloon pumps. She like stabs that into his neck, and then like pumps it, and the blood gushes out. It's like, okay.
I can see the whimsicalness of that.
You know what I mean? Like it's this weird tone of like this very, very dark, but very like, you know,
anything goes.
in certain ways, but like I don't know how they get this across, because there's so many movies that like I would say try to have a certain lightness to them, and like horror movies, and like it just doesn't work for me, or they're just so dark that like I'm like, okay, you're just doing a little too much here.
New construction options.
So I think the middle of it is this kind of little oasis of weirdness that keeps me a little more interested in the movie.
Keeps things fresh.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
There's this character that comes in.
Building.
Like they're all nervous about like people that have been like affected by the signal coming in, and like this one guy named Jim comes in, and he's completely unaware that things have gone awry. He's just like talking about the New Year's Eve party, and he's the worst. There's a line I wrote down. He says, "When that ball drops, I'm gonna grab a slut and I'm just gonna pee in her butt."
Holy shit, that's hilarious. That's some grade A writing right there.
Yes, he's meant to be a very like hateable the character.
will enjoy slaughtering innocents to the
It's
very
pretty funny.
last soldier.
It's interesting because the first and the third segments of it are more
Blast them! Did you hear that?
they're more similar to each other. Like as it gets into the third one, it's kind of more of the same,
Enemy
to be
units
honest.
detected.
It just continues along more of a similar
Upgrade
plot
complete. New construction
and a
options.
similar tone to the first one.
I serve the Emperor.
So like
A unit is
it
under
makes me
attack.
much more interested in
Building.
what that director has done.
I serve the Emperor.
So, like, how is it with the different directors?
Insufficient
Like,
funds.
it all meshes pretty well?
Surprisingly so. I think a lot of
Enemy
the
units detected. Training.
other crew is probably the same. It has
A unit is
this
under
Stalking prey.
the visual style of it is very like
Construction complete.
a lot of handheld
Insufficient
cameras and stuff like that, and the color correction is like kind of high contrast, almost a little like I keep comparing it to 28 Days Later, but it really has that kind of look to it, you know, that kind of high contrasty, very like color corrected to look bleak
Enemy units detected.
Right.
look to it.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, kind of color corrected and maybe a little desaturated.
A unit is under attack.
So and having the same characters through a lot of it. Clark continues into the third one. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that actor a little bit. I have no idea what he's done. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, which is a crime.
Over here.
His name is Scott Poitras.
Insufficient funds.
You know, we can change that.
I serve the Emperor.
That's true. Hey,
And
like,
we can put anything we want.
I'm like he's got to have at least a IMDb page, but like this guy is like he's great. He's got a pretty fun character in this. Like he's just like so towards the end he's like putting tinfoil on his head and stuff like that. Like
Ooh.
he's forced into killing someone in the second act of it.
Is under attack.
But like it's hard to put a finger on just exactly what he does right, but just like the tone in his delivery of some lines. He's got like a lot of stuff where he's got like kind of big words to deliver, and I think that can be a difficult thing to pull off. You know, even just for sheer terms of like saying those lines, but like the way he delivers them is very, very fun. It looks like he's
Hell yeah.
still working. He was in Homeland
Training.
with I
Insufficient
forget who was in
funds.
that one.
I know who you're talking about, though. The guy from Band of Brothers, I believe he was in. No, he was in the Pacific.
A unit is under attack.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong. He's only in one episode of Homeland.
Insufficient
Oh, no, but Homeland's got that guy. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I was thinking of
Prey.
Claire Danes,
Enemy
but
engineer detected.
were you thinking of Mandy Patinkin?
Probably.
Over here.
Because he's Inigo Montoya.
No, that's not who I was thinking of then.
Oh, okay. Rupert
But
Friend.
The Emperor.
Enemy units
He's not actually my friend. Not yet, anyways. We'll make it happen.
Not yet. Man, but okay, yeah, Scott Poitras is still working, which is it's good. I'm not surprised by that because he's so good in this. I wanna check out more of his work. So yeah, I mean, it's got great music. It's got great filming. There's this one scene where AJ Bowen's character. Oh wait, no.
Enemy units detected.
Ben, the character from the beginning, he's like at this train station,
Enemy
and he's
unit
looking
detected.
for Maya, who's
Under
like
attack. Insufficient funds.
who's been kind of trying to escape all this madness, and they were gonna meet up at this train station. And he sees her from behind, and he like turns her around, and she's got this like horrifying like skull, like bloody skull makeup, which could have been very, very cheesy, but like is really unsettling. Like they did a great makeup job on it because it looks horrifying.
Yeah, I feel like that could go either like real spooky or real campy.
Real stupid.
Real quick.
Like if you do a bad makeup job, or if you do like a stupid like CG thing, like it's just not gonna sell.
Right.
That's why I think like, you know,
With haste.
makeup prosthetic effects over CG every time, because it's
100%.
it ages so much better. But and I think they film it right. You know, it's kind of a quick shot of it, so like you don't have time to like really look at it and take it in, but it's enough to like really unsettle you.
Training. Insufficient funds.
So it looks like are you Japan now?
I believe so, yes. This game's a little bit more difficult than I remember.
Are you getting your tuchus handed to you?
A little bit. What's cool about this game is there's like neutral buildings throughout the map that you can just kind of occupy.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Like pre-built things, and you can fortify them and stuff.
Exactly.
Did you
Right
hear that?
on.
Command me.
Insufficient funds.
Still figuring out how to make a second base. Yeah, this game looks surprisingly good for how old it is. I was pretty damn impressed.
Yeah, man.
Not quite sure what this guy's up to.
Insufficient funds.
Not quite sure why you can see his base through the fog of war.
That seems bad.
Upgrade.
I mean, you
yeah.
can't see like
Construction
what
options.
troops he's got though, right?
No, not yet.
What? Are
Insufficient funds.
people still making
units
RTSs these days?
You know, I haven't really
Enemy
heard
unit
of
detected.
any recent RTSs. In fact, StarCraft 2 actually just recently stopped getting updates, I believe.
Insufficient funds.
RIP.
I feel like it's a thing, especially with like online play that could have a resurgence. I mean, having these models from kind of this is this an isometric angle? I forget what that doesn't really matter. But like from kind of far away, I think you can get away with a little bit more, if you know
totally.
what I mean, a little less like detail in them. So I feel like you could make a good one,
Training.
and with modern graphics, I think it would be cool. And you've already got the basic setup of it. I don't know if people just got tired of it,
Insufficient
but
funds.
I feel like it's the kind of thing that, like I said, could have a resurgence, because it's something I like was obsessed with as a kid. I loved Age of Empires, especially Age of Empires 2.
Walolol.
Enemy units detected.
Yeah, RTSs, man.
Insufficient funds.
I don't know. I don't know why there hasn't really been too many lately. There's some turn-based strategy games,
Serve the Emperor.
mostly just Civilization, that's been coming out.
Okay.
But that's a whole nother beast. Let's see.
Insufficient funds.
Okay.
I haven't played any
Advanced rocket pod
Civilization.
upgrade
What's the gameplay like on that?
So it's turn-based, and you literally build a civilization from the dawn of time to like the future, essentially.
Insufficient
Oh,
funds.
And so you set things up in motion, and then you take
What-
turns. Pretty much.
What's the like visual perspective like?
It's pretty much exactly like this.
Like that? Okay.
Only instead of like
Insufficient funds.
the map being so small, it's like continents or islands,
You require my services?
tectonic plates.
Okay. Man, I've been obsessed with Stardew Valley lately.
That game has a really big following, and I know absolutely nothing about it.
It I I don't know if it would work for the show. We could try it out if I can get my Switch hooked up to this thing.
Insufficient funds.
Is it kind of like a Harvest Moon type of game?
It was very influenced by Harvest Moon. It was made by one guy,
Wow.
Eric Barone, I think is his name. Concerned Ape is what he goes
Enemy
by.
units detected.
And yeah, he did the music, he did the game design, he did the art for it. Like
Let's go have some
it's incredible. It's a farming simulator, kind of, and like visually, it's kind of the style of like Super Nintendo or Game Boy.
Oh, hell yeah. So it's like 16, 32-bit?
Yeah, but like, I was talking to my brother about it, and it's kind of like with that style, I think a lot of your imagination can fill in some of those gaps,
Insufficient
and
funds.
it makes me kind of connect to the world a little bit more, because it's not all spoon fed to you. You know, it's this thing where there's kind of this delayed gratification.
I feel like that would make it
Insufficient
almost
funds.
more engaging in a way.
Enemy units detected.
Man, been so endeared by it. You know, like there's like characters you can date and marry in there, and it just like
Make a tango.
just like talking to people around town, and like setting up my
Insufficient
farm
funds.
from nothing to something where, you know, I've got a whole bunch going on, and I have sprinklers set up so I don't have to water all my plants.
Hell yeah.
It's funny how like something like a sprinkler can make me excited
Insufficient funds.
in a game, but like Stardew manages to do that.
What kind of crops do you specialize in?
Got a score to settle?
I'm very against monoculture, so I want a nice variety of stuff. I got
Always good to diversify your crops.
Yes, it is. Watch The Biggest Little Farm, by the way.
A unit is under
And
attack.
it's
Just cruising.
I don't know. I've got eggplants. I've got
Where we please.
cauliflower, pumpkins, yams. It depends on the season.
Okay.
Although right now I have a greenhouse, so I can grow things out of season. So I'm starting to grow some fruit trees. God, you gotta at least listen to the music of that. It's up on Spotify. Just Stardew Valley by Concerned Ape,
Enemy units detected.
and it just
The guy who made the
just-
game also did all the music?
Insufficient funds.
Yeah,
That's impressive. So the whole thing is like his baby.
the whole thing is his baby, and I think he's been like releasing updates of it still, so he's like continuing to work on this thing and like perfect it. It's a well-oiled machine, man. It's beautiful.
That's kind of wholesome and heartwarming in a way.
It is like if you listen to the music, it's like I don't know if anybody's done like what do you call that, the chill hop type stuff. If you did like a chill hop remix of some of the Stardew songs, I'm sure somebody's done that.
Lo-fi Stardew hip hop songs to study to.
That would make my life, man. I guess I could do that. We make some music, don't we?
We sure do. That's a whole nother story, though.
That's a whole nother story.
Or if it already exists, we might be able to find it. Or if someone's watching, post it in the comments.
Dude, yeah, if Stardew Chill Hop exists, please send it to me so I can just be the most chill. It just sounds like the most chill thing. I had this idea where it's like, oh man, this game would be great for like an ASMR stream. And you could call it ASM Farm. But like literally 2 months ago, somebody posted their first video of an ASMR Stardew stream called ASM Farm. I was like, what?
There's no such thing as an original idea.
Jungian consciousness or whatever, you know. It's. I was so disappointed. I was like, oh man, I had such a good idea, and then somebody had it like so recently though. It's like it's not a recent game, so it's like it's bizarre that somebody had that same thought so close to me. But yeah, I guess it's in the ether.
Follow me with honor.
All right, I have absolutely no idea how this fucking game works.
Oh well.
Oh, okay. This guy's done doing his thing. I need to figure out how to get more ore miners. That's the main thing.
Where do you even mine? Aren't you on like a
It looks like I'm on like a man-made platform.
Yeah, where are you getting the ore from?
On deep in the ocean, in the crust.
Oh, you gotta send
Sucking
them
it out of the ether.
Send them out to that water. Get that sweet ore.
No, it's actually in these things, but I'm not quite sure.
Are they like mining below the island here?
It kind of looks like it.
New construction options.
I'm not quite sure how else that would work.
Unless there's like just metal structures on top of a pre-existing island.
Could be just harvesting the structure.
Just harvesting the structure itself. Maybe so.
Yeah, why not?
Warning, an iron curtain has been detected.
An iron curtain has been detected.
Uh-oh.
Damn Rooskies.
Building.
Generator core ready. Updated.
I mean, that's most of what I have to say about the signal.
Well, you definitely sold me on it. A hell of a lot more than Meet the Deedles.
You know what? Yeah, it's a movie that tries something different. Like I said, it's not a tone that I've seen before in a movie. You know, I think the beginning and the end are a tone I've seen before, and they're done well, but the middle really sells it for me. I'm curious if you'll agree. I'm curious if people at home will agree. If you've seen The Signal, and liked it or didn't like it, I mean, discuss in the comments and let us know what you think. And if you haven't seen The Signal, it's up on Amazon. I think it's up on Prime. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere else, but you can rent it for a couple bucks. I really recommend giving it a shot if you like horror.
Do love me some horror.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit.
Enemy units detected.
I'm at like a stalemate. Got the majority of the map.
Complete.
Yeah.
Still cannot figure out how to mine more ore. Once I figure that out, though, it's going to be game over for this guy.
Okay. Maybe all the ore's gone.
Well, there's more. It's just I need more of these dudes.
I'll handle the ore collection.
So is it just like slow going, or?
Yeah, so far. Just cannot collect enough funds.
That is a shame. In in Stardew, there's some ore mining you got to do, and with that, like, it's this
Enemy
weird
units detected.
delayed gratification sort of thing, where
Do you ever strike oil?
no, I have not. Although I haven't played through. I've only been playing it for a week. Although I'm almost through my second year, which if anybody knows how long years take in Stardew, you know how much I've played it throughout this week.
A unit is under attack.
So I mean, there's still so much to see, and I'm very excited to see that. I've just been so taken by it, man.
Upgrade complete. New construction options.
Oh, I can build a King Oni.
Building.
What now?
I think I'm going to be building a giant mech.
Ooh.
The Dread Battle Walker. So, hopefully this turns the tide of the war.
That is exciting.
To our enemies! With haste! Hi!
A
With
unit is
haste!
under attack.
Dude, if we can do a game from whatever year Pacific Rim came out, I want to talk about that.
Funds.
What year did Pacific Rim come out? That was like 2016-ish, right?
2013.
Enemy units detected.
Oh, wow.
Man, it's been a while, ain't it?
Damn, that was 8 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, here we go. Look at this guy.
Ooh. All right. That's a thick mech.
Let's see if I can't build another one.
Building.
It's interesting. It lets me build stuff even if I don't have the funds for it, and then it just kind of like stops until I get more funds.
Huh. I thought you
Enemy
meant that you
units
could
detected.
get like a go into a deficit.
Ore mine has been depleted.
That would be cool.
And you just owe the money or owe the materials.
When I was a kid, my brother asked me to pick up Roller Coaster Tycoon from Sam's Club when I went with my dad. And I ended up getting Sim Theme Park. Totally different game.
Oh.
But a similar idea. But I remember you could go in the debt, and that's actually how you lost, was going bankrupt by going too far into the debt. And I could never figure out how to make a profit.
Dude, I played those games too. I think I actually played Roller Coaster Tycoon
Unit is under attack.
and Sim Coaster at different times.
Oh, a connoisseur of theme park creation.
I think I just liked this. I mean, it had this kind of perspective in it, didn't it? Or was Sim Theme
No, it
Park,
did.
you said?
It did. Yeah, I believe so.
I think for something about it was just my jam at the time. Like Sim City. Yeah, it's got a similar kind of thing, although Roller Coaster Tycoon has more more of a similar
Building.
look to this.
Enemy units.
You said the perspective on Civilization is like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know any other more modern games that use this perspective?
We were taken by force.
I mean, this camera angle you'll find in like some RPGs, like Diablo.
Oh yeah.
Insufficient funds.
But as far as strategy games go, I mean, there's Halo Wars, but that's pretty old now.
Okay, yeah. This is isometric. That is the name for this perspective.
League of Legends is his perspective.
Insufficient funds.
That game's still going. Somehow.
I feel like there, I feel like there's such a learning curve for League that I have yet to really cross that threshold.
It may or may not be worth it. But I remember having no idea what I was doing the first time I played.
Right.
Trying to move units that weren't mine. And then getting frustrated and swearing not to play.
And then playing again.
And then playing for way too many years.
Yeah. I'm curious what the shelf life of something like Stardew is going to be, because it's got this while it is a farming simulator thing, it does have a bit of a story running through it. I'm curious how much that will affect like its shelf life. At least for an individual play, but at the moment, I'm just stuck on that. That's the only thing I'm playing right now.
I mean, I feel like these days games have a lot more longevity to them. You know, as long as they keep getting updated.
That's true, and it did just get a new update, so I may start from the beginning again. To be honest. Kind of after I feel I've had a satisfying, not necessarily a satisfying conclusion, but at least gotten to a satisfying place with my current character.
Insufficient funds.
Once you felt like you've had a good run.
I am your servant.
Indeed.
Start a new good run.
I did. Yes, exactly. I got married, and I've got. You get a pet pretty early on. I've got a cat.
It sounds very Harvest Moon.
I've got two cows and a goat and a sheep.
Do you name your farm animals?
I do, yeah.
Care to share?
My cows are named Alyssa and Georgia.
Enemy units detected.
My sheep.
Ready. Insufficient funds.
What is my sheep named? My sheep's kind of newer, so I don't remember her name. Oh, Anya. I named her Anya. My goat is named Cornelia. My chickens are Theo and Petunia.
I love it.
And I named my duck Wild Wing after the Anaheim Ducks mascot.
Hell yeah. Go Ducks.
I named my cat Mochi
after the food.
Yeah, well, after the food, but it's that's the name of one of Aaron Hansen's cats. He's one of the Game Grumps.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like it's such a good name for a cat, though, isn't it?
It really is.
Oh man,
they don't know
so
what
cute.
it's like. Is it time for recess?
Insufficient funds. An ore mine has been depleted.
The Emperor, I serve the Emperor.
War's hell, Aaron.
That's what they tell me. Do not test me.
I am your
Oh,
Insufficient funds.
you just get picked up by like a red tornado here.
A unit is
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this thing is.
Is that
but
the
it's-
Iron Curtain?
On alert.
Could be.
Looks
Iron
looks like
Tornado.
looks like the Iron Anus.
I serve the
That was my nickname in college.
Oh no! Why?
Oh no.
Insufficient
Where'd the game go?
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Okay.
My power. I'm above them.
For comedic effect.
Time for recess.
You know.
Does it matter?
They called you that for the shits and grins.
For shits and giggles, I don't know. I can eat anything. Iron Anus.
Is it
No one actually called me that.
You didn't have to call me out on that, Aaron. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know.
Yeah, so through looking at some of the, I'm going down like some Wikipedia rabbit holes.
Insufficient
I forget. Oh, one of the directors of The Signal directed a segment in the first VHS.
Which one?
serve the Emperor.
You know the one? I think it's called Amateur Night, and it's where that guy wears the glasses, and then like the girl is like a she's like a succubus that like can fly.
They underestimate my power.
Oh,
remember
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that one?
Everybody.
Insufficient
Yeah.
funds.
And her face kind of like splits in two, and she's got those big eyes.
Okay.
You find out she's a succubus and she flies away at the end, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like they're trying to like
My name is
pick
Yuriko.
up girls at the bar,
Insufficient funds.
and then yeah, it goes awry.
Chaos ensues.
But yeah,
Fear me,
I guess there's a
A unit is
there's
under
a
attack.
spin-off feature-length movie of
Anyone
that
but here.
Of that VHS vignette?
Underestimate
of
my
that
power.
VHS vignette. Yeah, it's called Siren.
Like there's a whole movie based on that?
Where is
Yeah. So they
Is that
they
correct?
made they made a whole movie out of it. I'm very curious about it. I don't know if it has
On your guard.
any of the same cast. Let me check it. Cause that
A unit is under attack.
yeah, okay, so it does still have at least that girl in it, which I think is the most important part to me because she was so cool and like so creepy. But it's directed by a different guy who
On hold. Cancelled.
I serve the
the only credit I see that I recognize of his is from VHS Viral, which is the third VHS movie.
Oh, that one's not nearly as good.
Did you watch it?
I did.
I watched maybe the first 15 minutes of it and just like couldn't get into it at all. It was just so,
Enemy units detected.
I don't know, like it immediately lost me.
Yeah.
There's just something about the style of it that really turned me off. I
Like-
love
Our construction yard is
I
under
feel like
attack.
with a lot of movies, you need that like willing suspension of disbelief, you know. But with VHS 3, you need like a hell of a lot more willing suspension of thinking it's going to be good.
I tried watching it twice, man, because I love those first two VHS movies.
So good.
It is under attack.
I think that it's such a great idea
On hold.
for a movie to like, you know, because found footage for me like so seldom like really lands as a feature length for me.
Ready.
I think it mostly has like little moments in it that really sell them. And so for like getting a bunch of different directors and doing a bunch of different smaller story vignettes, I think it's just the perfect medium for found footage.
You know, I feel like there was way too many found footage films at one point. But
Yeah.
now it kind of had its heyday. I feel like there's opportunity for it again, you know?
Yeah, well, maybe that was the case for RTSs as well. Like we kind of we got Age of Empires and this one and they just and StarCraft, and they just like maybe they made too many of them and they were too similar and people just lost interest. And that definitely happens with found footage kind of after Paranormal Activity came out. It was like, wow, they made this for peanuts, and you know they made a ton of money off of it. So like everybody
saw them dollar signs.
Yeah, everybody saw them dollar signs, and then everybody got tired of it, and they weren't making money.
Cancelled. Training.
Also, I mean, like, I always get confused between the two of them. Sinister. I thought that was a good way to do it, where it's like it's not a found footage movie, but it has found footage segments.
Literal found footage.
Yeah, they Ethan Hawke finds footage. Yeah,
that movie's so good.
It's so good, man. Yeah,
probably one of my favorite horror movies of the last decade or two, I guess.
Easily, yeah. I forget the director on that, but I know C. Robert Cargill wrote that sucker. Previously of Spill.com, R.I.P. Spill.
Any other notable movies he's written?
Yeah, he co-wrote on Doctor Strange. He was a film critic for a while with Ain't It Cool and Spill.com, and then he went on to write a book, and he was just found a good director to work with, and I think Sinister was his first movie, and it just like it's Scott Derrickson, I think, is the director. Yeah, Scott Derrickson, who like before that had done some stuff, but like I'd never really heard much good about his previous stuff. But man, like I think he just like found the right guy to work with Cargill, and really just blew me out of the water with Sinister.
A unit is under attack.
Bagul.
The Bagul.
Insufficient funds.
Ain't nothing good about a Bagul.
Looked a lot like the guitar player from Slipknot. Bagul did.
I wonder if there's some inspiration.
Maybe so.
Insufficient funds. A unit is under attack.
Well, I think this is my demise. They're throwing Molotovs at me.
Are you going? You're going down swinging here?
I'm going down. I will go down with this ship.
Our base is under attack.
In an earlier round, Sugar, we're going down swinging.
I'm not.
Remember Fall Out Boy?
They were a band once.
Yeah.
Could still be.
They might still be. I'm not really sure.
They might be a hell of a lot bigger than when that song came out.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like I saw them. I never saw them live, but there's this documentary called Bastards of Young, which is about emo music, and so it's got like Under Oath and Thursday and Armor for Sleep.
Fall Out Boy.
And yeah, Fall Out Boy is in it, and it's weird to see them then, and then like now they're kind of like a pop band from what I've heard, like very popular, or at least they were a couple years back.
They still get airtime in grocery stores. I know that.
There you go.
What was that documentary called?
Unit is under attack.
Bastards of Young. Like it's real. It's a cool one. We'll have
Do
to.
you know where it's streaming?
I don't know if it is streaming. I still have my
Our base is
my
under attack.
DVD of that
You have
thing,
objective
and I'll rewatch that every now and then.
Look at what's being
Uh,
Commander.
looks like it's on iTunes. Crap.
Well, I died.
You died, Richie. Whoa. Somebody had a big
Damn.
spike at a certain point.
That was me, Mr. PP Poo Poo.
Wow. Just and then a steep drop off there, my friend.
Straight to the meat grinder they went.
Yikes. Oh man. Oh well, you fought valiantly, pee pee poo poo.
Can't defeat the motherland.
Well, I think that is a satisfying length for an episode of Game and Watch, the classic show that everybody loves and is probably the first episode right now.
The future winner of many Webbies, Emmys, Oscars, and Tonys.
Yes. We will be joint EGOTs for our wonderful work on talking about movies while playing video games.
Just humble goals for us, you know.
You know, just remember this video, everybody. When come back and watch it after we are leaders of the free world. Anyway, so the signal's great. The signal's weird. It's dark. It's definitely worth a watch if you're into that sort of thing. Definitely a lot of violence. There's at least a man's butt in it. If you're, I don't know why I'm giving the parental guidance here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe.
And, if you want to play Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, I recommend doing a tutorial.
Before streaming it.
Definitely.
Anyway, we will see you next time. Make sure to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Let us know what we should watch, what we should play, and what your nickname in college was.
Please, we need to know. So smash that like that subscribe, and subscribe to that like.
Everybody likes being told to do things on the internet. That's what people love. So I've been Aaron.
And I've been Richie.
We've been Game and Watch.
See you next time.
Adios.